Welcome, adventurers. What's going on, guys? My name is Cody, and by now you guys know the drill. We are back with our 30-day Dungeons and Dragons challenge. Today's question was a little tough, to be very honest. It was a little difficult for me to kind of figure out where I wanted to go with this particular answer. But it had to do with dragons, and the question was, what is your favorite dragon color? Let's talk about it. You know what kind of surprised me about this question is that when I saw the list, and I saw that kind of in the middle of the 30-day challenge that it was going to talk about a bunch of different monster types, I saw that it kind of wrapped up a little bit with dragons. And what is your favorite color? I saw this question like right at the beginning when I decided to do this challenge, and I thought, okay, cool. Well, that'll be at least fun. We can talk about some dragons. But honestly, it's a little difficult to answer. And I think it's because, I don't know, I think that it's a little hard to really distinguish between the different colors in most of the settings. And I don't mean that as like, oh, a black dragon and a blue dragon, okay, this one lives here and this one lives here, this one does this elemental type, this one does this one. But it's really, I guess it was hard for me to really have an emotional attachment to any of them in particular, or to really have a deep answer about them. I mean, let's be honest, is there really that big of a difference between a brass and a copper dragon? You know, to keep my answer kind of short and crisp and clean and not get too lost in the video, I'd say that my favorite is probably the blue dragon. I like the way they look. I like the elemental damage. I like the idea of lightning breath from a dragon. I really like that concept a lot more so than fire or poison. Ice is that's kind of interesting too. I can dig that. Fire, I don't know. It just, to me, it's not that it's boring. It's just that it's not exciting. It's just, okay, it's a dragon. So there's really my answer if you just want that. But I came across something while I was kind of looking up dragons a little bit, to maybe looking for a little bit of inspiration, I guess, for this particular answer. And I found something that I was like, oh yeah, I've got to share this. This was really cool. So I found this article, and it talked about the 16 strangest dragons. The 16 strangest dragons in Dungeons and Dragons. Right at the beginning, they have it listed as number 2, the Brain Stealer Dragon. I did some research, and I found out that this particular dragon came from Dragon Magazine issue 337, if you guys have that, which was published in November of 2005. All right, so I'm gonna read this here for you guys. The creature resembles a powerful draconic monstrosity, but even a brief glance shows it's not, or maybe is more than, a dragon. Its tiny, pale purple scales might be the dragon thing's most normal feature. Its wings are hardly more than fleshy layers of skin, and 4 long tentacles grow out of the neck where its head should be. 2 white, bloated, lidless orbs behind the tentacles serve as the creature's eyes. So what I really found humorous about this particular dragon is that nothing about this dragon screams dragon at all. It's just like they were like, fucking, it's a mind flayer. Let's make it look like a dragon, I guess, but it's really just a big mind flayer. So it has no bite or wing attacks. It has no breath weapon. It has extract, which basically means it tries to grab you with its tentacle and eat your brains. It has improved grab, which is basically used to do the same thing. It also has mind blast and psionics and telepathy, and its skills are bluff, gather information, and survival. So I don't I don't quite understand why they wanted to make this a dragon, but I thought this was interesting, and yeah, I thought that this would be fun to share with you guys. Maybe if not to use in your 3rd edition game, but to have some inspiration. You never know what kind of monsters that you can turn into a dragon. So, this is kind of a weird spot because, I mean, I don't really know what to ask you here. I mean, I could ask you like what your favorite color is. You know what? Maybe I'm just burying the lead. Maybe I should just ask you what your color is, and maybe I'm just totally missing the point that there is some dragon that has some special meaning to you, perhaps, that that's why you like a certain color. You know, I guess I could take this time to plug the Patron, right? I should do that more often. Join the Patron community. It's like $1. Also, I wanted to take a quick moment to give a little shout out to Scott DeVos, who became a patron this week and joined the Taking 20 Patron community. I really appreciate it, Scott. But what I really loved was your comment you left over on the page. So I decided I would go ahead and read it for the video for fun, because it made me laugh. You are the first person I've ever patronized. I mean, I doubt it, but cool. I figured I'd take the plunge because your content is good. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. You are less smug than Dawnforged, and are less crotchety old man than Nerdarchy. Roll20 is worth paying for, and I'm thinking you are too. Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate it, and I'll be sure to let Andrew and Dave know. All right, I wouldn't be fair to Scott if I didn't also include that he added at least half joking about Dawnforged and Nerdarchy. So just to be clear here, yeah. Oh, that shit about Andrew, that's really funny. Oh, I'm gonna rub this comment in his face so long. No, I mean, the stuff about Dave, I mean, that's just true. That's just math.